Ron DeSantis suspends his 2024 presidential bid. What does this mean for Trump? I'm Gage, and this is America Divided. 287 days until Election Day in America, and some big news has occurred the afternoon of Sunday, where Florida governor and presidential nominee contender Ron DeSantis suspended his campaign 3 p.m. on Sunday. Now, he posted this video. Watch this.
Greetings from Florida. The warmth of being home is a reminder why I've chosen public service. From joining the United States Navy and serving in Iraq, to representing the people in the U.S. Congress, and now serving as governor of Florida. If there was anything I could do to produce a favorable outcome, more campaign stops, more interviews, I would do it. But I can't ask our supporters to volunteer their time and donate their resources if we don't have a clear path to victory. Accordingly, I am today suspending my campaign. I'm proud to have delivered on 100% of my promises, and I will not stop now. It's clear to me that a majority of Republican primary voters want to give Donald Trump another chance. They watch his presidency get stymied by relentless resistance, and they see Democrats using lawfare this day to attack him. Well, I've had disagreements with Donald Trump, such as on the coronavirus pandemic and his elevation of Anthony Fauci. Trump is superior to the current incumbent, Joe Biden. That is clear. He has my endorsement because we can't go back to the old Republican guard of yesteryear, a repackaged form of warmed-over corporatism that Nikki Haley represents. The days of putting Americans last, of kowtowing to large corporations, of caving to woke ideology are over. While this campaign has ended, the mission continues. Down here in Florida, we will continue to show the country how to lead. Thank you, and God bless.
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think DeSantis or even Nikki Haley has any chance of really beating Donald Trump. Trump just has too much of a lead. I will say this. I am very happy that Ron DeSantis endorsed President Donald Trump instead of going with Nikki Haley. I think he just knows that Trump is going to be the clear victor, and it's, as he said, it is more wise to just support who the party supports. I will say though, I felt like in the video, Ron DeSantis was definitely pushing jabs at President Trump, which, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I feel like it is kind of disrespectful. You know, kind of just understand you didn't have a chance. And I think DeSantis also needs to understand that Trump made him. You know, if it wasn't for Trump's endorsement, he wouldn't be the governor of Florida right now. And I think he needs to focus on being the governor, and maybe he'll have his chance as president in the future. But I don't think now is his time. Trump was asked about DeSantis' nickname, where he calls him Ron DeSanctimonious, and well, watch this.
Okay. He just said, will I be using the name Ron DeSanctimonious? I said, that name is officially retired.
The nickname is retired, and well, I kind of figured that was going to happen because I don't think Donald Trump and DeSantis really have beef. I mean, I think they both have a mutual respect, and I think really what DeSantis said in his video was more or less to play to the crowd, but I am glad nonetheless that he endorsed President Trump. What does this mean for Donald Trump though? Because Nikki Haley is still in the race, and she seems to be going strong. Even though she doesn't have a whole lot of support, she still thinks she has a chance. Now, personally, I'll say it right here, right now. I have no intentions of voting for Nikki Haley if she does become the nominee. I think Robert Kennedy would be a much greater person. I think Donald Trump will get the nominee. I feel very confident right now, especially with his sweep in Iowa. And I think we're going to know tomorrow, Tuesday, what happens in New Hampshire, so stay tuned for that. Some conservatives are wondering if Donald Trump might pick Ron DeSantis as his running mate. And personally, I don't want that to happen. I think if you had talked to me a year and a half ago, I probably would have said a Trump DeSantis ticket. But right now, I feel like there are much better options. For example, I didn't know who Vivek Ramaswamy was a year and a half ago, but I know who he is now, and I know he's very strong. Tucker Carlson would make a really good VP as well, or hell, even a press secretary. But at the same time, I think there are much more qualified people. Now, Ron DeSantis, you know, I feel like Ron DeSantis would be easily overturned like Mike Pence was. And if we remember Mike Pence, you know, I had a lot of respect for the guy until January 6th. I'm not a constitutional attorney. I don't know the ins and the outs of the laws, but from what I had been told and what I had been reading, you know, Mike Pence could have done a lot more than he did. And, you know, I feel like Mike definitely didn't want to look like the bad guy in the January 6th situation. And I feel like, you know, he really screwed up with President Trump. And I feel like Mike Pence has lost a lot of respect in the Republican Party. You know, back in 2016, I said, hell, let's get Trump in through 2024 and let's have Mike run. I liked Mike. I thought Pence had a lot of great ideas. I thought, you know, he's a very calm person. He's basically President Trump, except without Twitter. And President Trump doesn't even use Twitter anymore. He uses his own social app called Truth Social. But nonetheless, I liked Mike Pence. And unfortunately, I just don't have the same respect for him anymore. I feel like Mike really showed his true colors in the sense where he showed that he would much rather have a continued career in Washington than to fight for what's right and fight against his colleagues. You know, that's what really pisses me off about Washington is that it seriously is it's all about politics. And before you leave a comment like, well, Gage, that's what it is. It's politics. But, you know, we don't need to make decisions that's going to layer the pockets of the politicians. We need to make decisions that are going to layer the pockets of the American people. Now, Fox News recently asked President Donald Trump what he thought of Joe Biden, and we'll just watch this.
Do you think Biden will drop out?
Personally, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
President Donald Trump believes that Joe Biden might be dropping out soon. I think that he potentially might, and I think it might happen before March, but I'm kind of scared of what's going to happen if he does. No, I don't think Kamala Harris is going to take the ticket. I think it's going to be someone more like Michelle Obama, and maybe Kamala will come along for another VP ticket. Who knows? If Michelle Obama gets the nominee, I'm not scared because it's Michelle Obama. I'm just scared because I feel like they're going to do a lot more in 2024 than they did in 2020. And I feel like they're going to have a lot more people lining up to vote for the first black female president and female vice president. Do I think they can beat Trump? I don't know. I definitely won't agree with their policies, but I feel like right now in this social justice world that we're living in, the politically correct wokeness, I feel like you're going to have a lot of Democrats and liberals lining up to vote for her. I just think that's a fact. Now, what does this mean for the future of the country? Do I think that this is actually going to happen? I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller, but I think the chances of Biden dropping out are pretty large. And the reason I think that is just because, man, I don't think he's going to be able to be the president in 4 years. I think that if he even won, I really believe he's going to die or just going to have to resign. And I don't like talking about that to anyone. I don't care if they're an enemy, an adversary, whatever. I just really don't think he's up for it. And I think a lot of Americans agree with me on that. Now, what if President Donald Trump went up against, let's just say, Kamala Harris or even, Michelle Obama? Would Trump even show up to those debates? I hope he does. I'd love to see 3 more presidential debates where he actually shows up, because I think there needs to be a conversation. I think as we get closer to the election, he will start participating in these debates. I just think he doesn't want to be involved with the rhinos and all of that. And I agree with him. I don't think he should be. Only time's going to tell on this. I'm curious. Comment down below your thoughts. This week and next week starting, we are doing something a little different on America Divided. We're going to start posting videos every single day. The show has been an overwhelming success. No, we're not back to where we were in 2020 or 2021, but we're going to get there. There's so much news going on right now that me and Isaiah both feel heavily that we need to start posting every day. And I don't know exactly the schedule as of right now, but it is going to continue to be us flip-flopping. But expect episodes on Wednesday and Saturday and Sunday from now on. We might miss a few days here and there. That's definitely probably going to happen as we're only human and this is a small team. But don't forget to like, subscribe, share this with everyone. And I really mean share it, because this really helps us out and it gets the truth out to the American people. Thank you guys all for watching. I've been Gage, and I'll see you next time.